Greetings everyone, my name is Atterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In today's morning live stream, I'll be covering a combination of both Veersmed levels and other levels I found online, hopefully primarily the former. As always, here are the rules. Bit of a smaller crowd today. Hey Jaden, Cyanesk, Lepadio, and Jedok. It's alright, Cyanesk. Right now the level queue is pretty empty actually, but I'll see if I can add some new stuff there. I'll be covering levels for about 90 minutes to 2 hours, then move on to art, and a separate stream, memes plus reacts. Hey Manubi. Now if you run out of levels consistently, then I'll just move on to memes and reacts earlier. Also, here's the schedule for today and tomorrow. Right now it's of course morning session. Tonight is the next session of Sage demos. Gonna try covering 2 or 3 of them. Tomorrow morning is X-Side's newest chapter plus Tinykin. And tomorrow evening is probably the other key game I have. That still remains to be seen. Tinykin, I'll have to wait and see because we barely made it past 15% of the game. Itora, yeah, definitely. Alrighty then. First on the lineup is Conveyor Belt Boss, Crystal Man by Jedok74. 7 plays and a score of 3. Indeed, Jaden. I know the game is building up to a bunch of secrets, but it was quite end-loaded, I'd say. Several major twists. The biggest one is that I thought Itora herself bungled the ceremony. In reality, it was her mother trying to save her. That explains what happened in the start of the game too. Kamali was able to put her back together and revived her to restore herself. And that's also another big twist. For the majority of the game, we were playing not only as Itora herself, but also Kamali. That's why she never spoke, because if she did, immediately someone would know something's wrong. And that's why when she regained full control, everything came together. Again, and also, I like the non-conventional and... Okay. Next up is Conveyor Belt Boss Affair Man, 27 plus 14. And I like how instead of following the... You know, the kind of cliche ending of using a pure heart to fix the threat, or to purify him, we have to use an experienced heart. In fact, using a pure heart just only delayed the inevitable. That I like. Like, the secret that Koda was actually Tao was not really that much of a secret, it was obvious, but everything else surrounding it, not so much. Is it self-conclusive? For the most part, yes, I'd say. However, there is still one big question. What happened to humanity? Apparently Itora and, spoiler, her mother are the last humans alive, quote-unquote, but apparently it's been several thousand years since humanity was seen, so... And I don't think they were taken out by the plague. I mean Kamali. I'm doubtful of that, so I'm a bit suspicious about that thing. Considering humans in the past had the ability to create such an advanced being like Kamali, I'm pretty sure that they've either just entered another dimension, are in suspended animation, or just left the planet entirely. So there's that thread. Also, all the ancient secrets. I'm pretty sure if there's Kamali, there are a bunch of other beasties. Not to mention, considering how much corruption Kamali spread, there's likely a lot of damage across the world that needs to be fixed. Not to mention we need new elemental guardians. Instead, the main character was sort of the villain already. Funny enough, Kamali, I wouldn't say exactly is sympathetic, but I feel sorry for them. But it was clever though, hiding in her. That's a nice way of justifying why she was silent for the most time. Why she was so silent between the prologue, between the dream sequences and the end game. But yeah, I'd like to see more of the history of the world, what happened to humanity, and fixing all the issues created by the plague and other things. As the next levels in the queue are just by La Patio, I'm gonna pick some levels in the most popular queue. Feel free to send any levels that don't require the use of the True X mod, please. Hey Oscar. Number 3 up is Rockman Mining by Cyberdemon821. 39 plays, score 20. Hey Oscar. Hey Omega Light. Do I think? Perhaps. See, based off the cave paintings and other secrets, it seems that Dula had some justification, maybe? Or maybe not. Cool. It's a stage that focuses heavily on this. So perhaps, after all, although their father is dead, his sister is still alive. She can be the other protagonist. And seeing how the bosses in the game were basically antro-animals or giant pharaohs, there's plenty of material to borrow from. Oh. Which one, Sylveon? Is it another? Like I said, Jaden, that game is an adventure platformer. It's not intended to be hard in the slightest. There we go. You know, I like the stage. You know, for a shorter stage, I actually liked it a bit. It's like a stage you would get after the first stage introducing the use of the pile driver, a stage to reinforce the mechanics. In that sense, I like it. Maybe, or maybe they'll make a joke about that. Who knows? Like, I have many theories of what happened to Ardwin and why there's so many intelligent bugs. But we'll have to see. I will say it's super adorable and I like the characters, jokes, and whatnot. It's not intended to be difficult in the slightest, but it actually has a proper difficulty curve, and it teaches the mechanics in a nice way. I mean, it certainly has a better difficulty curve than Utora, much better. Yeah, Danganronpa Another will be on the voting gauntlet once 2 is finished. That or Your Turn to Die. Wait, someone from Demon Tur's server spoiled the ending of Tinykin? Oops. Yeah, don't say it here then, please. I want to find out for myself. Okay, forward up is Arctic Aquarium Base by Masasa. 136 plays and a score of 57. Hey Buster. Like I mentioned in Discord server, tomorrow's X-Dive. First starting out with the new story chapter, and then some co-op. I will do Den Area Hard off stream, so we can go straight to the new chapter. That's cool, Oscar. Good luck. You said more optimal to do it next week. Okay. In which case, sure, I can move it to next week. How would that sound? In which case, tomorrow morning I'll do Tinykin entirely. Oh yeah, how's the progress on the Magmal 48-hour skin of Blade Man? I knew it, you would hide it there. Neat. Alright then, tomorrow morning, Tinykin. Okay. Suddenly the water disappears here. How about next week, after X-Dive? After all, playing the new story chapter along with co-op should only take about an hour. That should give us enough time for the final fortress. I really want to use your skin for the final fortress. Mind you, that will not signal the end of the LP because there's still the side quest to complete, as well as the bonus levels. And of course, boss rush. Alright, I saw your message, Jaden. Spoiled the ending? Okay. Yeah, don't tell me yet. I have 4 or 5 theories of what happened to the world. All I know from their Twitter comment is that it was really enjoyable to 100% it. As for how much I'm enjoying the game, yeah, it definitely has a much more casual atmosphere. Like, the risk of dying is extremely low, and even if you die by falling off a cliff or just hitting water, the punishment is basically non-existent, if not negative in some situations. But I recommend it to someone who's trying to get used to 3D platformers, really. Hey, Silent. Good luck, Oscar. Precisely. See, that's why I keep saying the better comparison with Tinykin is not Pikmin, it's Chibi Robo. Well, more so the later Chibi Robo games than the first one, but still. Like, in Pikmin, it's actually fairly tense because you're under a strict time limit, and if you're not careful, it's really easy to get killed. Either get all your Pikmin killed or whatnot. You have to be carefully managed, otherwise you can get the bad ending. I know Chibi Robo, there's still the risk of being defeated by monsters or losing your battery, but overall it's kind of a chill experience. I mean, Kirby is straight up grim. I mean, Kirby is straight up Nintendo's cosmic horror franchise. Excuse me. Kirby's cosmic horror, Pikmin is post-apocalypse. Well, Kirby's also partially post-apocalypse. And Metroid is regular horror, and sometimes survival horror, and action horror. Okay. Fifth up is Chili Lake by Gouter17. 56 plays and a score of 26. Sorry for butchering your name. Especially Eterna. Of all the games you listed, Eterna Noctis was the least chill. Oh my goodness. I know there's a lot of tension in Danganronpa, but seeing how Eterna is the toughest of all the games listed, that was easily the most tense game, hence why I sometimes delayed the streams, or had to cancel them because yikes. Thank you, Silent. Metroid 1 and 3 are Exploration Assassination, 2 is Extermination Exploration, Fusion is more of an action horror. Well, yeah, Fusion is survival horror, Dread is action horror. The enemies are much more counterable compared to, you know, SAX. Oh, narrative. Gotcha. I was talking about the overall experience. If we're talking about narrative, then yeah. But as an overall experience, different. Still, what's happening to Tinykin may change in the future. Like you said, there may be a dark twist. Or a lighthearted twist, who knows. Or a comedic twist. It already made fun of a jump scare anyways. Oh, they did? Okay. I don't know much about Dread anyways, other than from the 20-foot view. Remember folks, I don't have a Switch. Oh yeah, I think I'll have to clarify the rules there. If you repeat the same message over and over with barely difference throughout multiple streams, or even the same stream, I'll count that as being spam. This has been kind of an issue with certain users, so I want to clarify that. If you keep doing that, your future messages saying the same thing will be removed. It's alright, it's more my fault for not putting my foot down earlier. And yes, I do repeat my words or phrases quite a few times during the LPs or Let's Tries, but that's more for the sake of, well, editing it down later. If you write it down in text and you can see it on stream, there's no need to repeat your point. We get it. Thing is though, you weren't as vitrolic as he was. And at least I don't mind the amount of vitrolicness. It's the problem is he basically used the same set of he basically repeated the exact same sentiment over and over with barely any deviation, to the point where almost every sentence was the same thing. That's the problem. This existed. You can repeat some points, especially across several streams, but across the same stream or episode, please at least try talking about more stuff than the exact same thing. Thankfully, none of you here did that. I'm more referring to 2 or 3 certain users. Next up is Amber Woman's Midnight Oil Rig Stroll by Lover Skla, 29 plays and a score of 3. Hey Ulrich. Indeed. I kind of like the cast of 2 more than 1. Overall, maybe not individually, but overall. It feels like most of the cast is more down to reality, and overall a bit smarter. It feels like less of the cast is over-crippling, over-specialized, or disconnected from reality. I don't know how to phrase it. I don't know exactly how to phrase this, but it just feels like the entire cast is more quote-unquote down-to-earth, tied to reality. I know I've seen some familiar tropes, for sure. There are a lot of familiar tropes with the characters' ultimates. But in general, barring probably 2 characters, I kinda like them more. Well, maybe not less anime cliche, but more so, taking the situation more seriously, or feeling like they feel less insane. With the previous Ultimates, it kind of felt sometimes that they were too up their own heads to realize what was happening until 2 or 3 trials down the line. But that's just me. Oh, this was a bad idea. The problem is I only have this too. Case in point, better to wait here. I mean, isn't that always? Monokuma always tries to rig the game in their favor. I'm trying my best not to be spoiled. I'm trying my best not to spoiler the game because I can't go into the details of why. Not until I get to the Danganronpa streams. Oh yeah, if you want to discuss spoilers about Danganronpa, Tinykin, or any other game I'm currently playing on the channel, go to the LP Spoilers channel. Not gaming spoilers, my bad. LP Spoilers. Oh, that. Shame, can't reach it. In any case, I like the cast of 2 more than 1 overall. There may be similar tropes, but also it feels like the cases are more difficult, or more complicated. And I failed to jump correctly, so I have to go back to that difficult section. This is why I like slide jumping, folks. Still hit. I don't know about tree, but we'll find out. Excuse me, V-tree. This is the safe way of doing this. Perhaps he's more of a quieter speaker and less of an idealist. Like, following case number one, he got a grip of the situation. Well, as much as a teenager can. And we still don't know what his talent is. Man, this oil rig is failing so many OSHA requirements. At the very least, I don't mind not having the charge shot, but the slide, that can cause a lot of issues. I said this before, and I'll say it again. The slide feels like a fundamental part of Mega Man's arsenal or moveset. Ever since Mega Man 3, it's been really important to his traversal, as well as dodging certain moves. Not having it feels like I'm missing an important part of Mega Man's character. At least with the charge shot, you can sort of replace it with the use of special weapons, or button mashing. But the slide, there's no easy replacement to it. There's no replacement for it, really. Mistimed. That being said, if your game doesn't have the charge shot, make sure to adjust your boss iframes accordingly. Before charge shots were added in Mega Man 4, the iframes for bosses tended to be a bit lower. Namely as you only have access to, well, either special weapons or the Buster. But following Mega Man 4, the iframes were increased to account for having the charge shot. You know, to incentivize using that during the bosses. While not making them too broken. Chihiro. Funny you say that. Chiaki reminds me a lot of Chihiro in some ways. If he was more confident. Oh no, the situation's deteriorating really fast. That was scary. Chiaki feels like a more confident version of Chihiro, or someone who had a few more years of development. If he survived until the end. Oh no. But let's keep the rest of the spoiler talk to the games. Really? You seem like almost the opposite, Jaden. I won't go more into my thoughts about Hiyoko and, of course, Shizahiro. Fiyoko. I'll leave my thoughts of Hiyoko and Kuzurio for the actual stream, because that goes into spoiler territory. Oh boy. And I really don't want to spoil the game with my overall thoughts of what's happening. Ah, goody. Do I have E-tanks? No, of course. Me neither. I am a bit snarky at times, but I'm not gonna try lashing out. Not until we learn more about their backstory. Of the mini bosses and the stage, this is one of them where I really wish we had an E-tank or something. At least it's easy to hit him. The hard part is just dodging the fire waves. And that can happen. Game, let me jump. Alright, we'll save the rest of the talk for later. Anyways, tonight is the 2 or 3 more Sage demos. I'm still gonna save Freb Venture for later, because that'll require an hour. At least. Why didn't you go? Sometimes I feel the hitbox should be better. One more. We're out of here. Get me out. Probably should have teleported me out. Okay, we blew up the fireman bulwark. Heart of Sage episode, and up until this point, my favorite. Now the whole oil rig is blowing up. My suggestion would be to put a secret E-tank or something. Because, yikes, if you don't get the timing down, it's kind of a difficulty spike. Of course, that's been the kind of general trend at this stage. If you don't get the timing down, you're dead. Especially with the firestorm. And thus the oil rig sinks in the background. What a finish. We'll see, Jaden. We'll see. Alrighty. This would have been my favorite had it not been for the boss fight. With the boss though, it's more of an honorable mention. It's also on the more difficult side. Before you go into the stage, make sure you know about the intricacies of using the Firestorm, and learn how to cancel it by using quick weapon swapping. With some of the areas at the end with the TNT blocks and all the fire enemies, a mistimed Firestorm can be killer. And as for the boss battle, learn to do hopscotch over the fire waves. Nonetheless, I'll give it a thumbs up. Or give a boss weakness, but that'd probably make it too easy. Let's see, did anyone set any levels in the Discord server? Nope. Okay, let me check the other Discord server. I prefer Eternal Noctis as well, even though it's a bit more messy. Although the recent update did fix some of my issues with the skill trees and moves. Now there's better incentivization to actually use your blood skills. Well, there's already plenty of incentivization to use it if you're a skilled player, but if you're not skilled, well, it was better to save your blood pools for healing. Now, more incentivization to use other things. Also, the middle skill tree actually is useful now. It's comparable with brute force. It's comparable with brute force melee and archery. As I said for Tinykin, wait until we get to the end for my final thoughts. From what I've seen now, I think I'd rate it higher than Etora. It seems better put together and has a better focus. Alright, enough delaying, let's see, what's next? Hang on, I'm trying to find a level that isn't just, you know, and something that doesn't take at least half an hour. Alright. I think I found one. Thank you, Web Mecha. You're amazing. How long? It says that it takes about 8 to 10, maybe 12 hours to beat the game. So it would take about 3 or 4 more 2-hour length sessions to beat the game. In fact, one of the complaints I see about the game is that it doesn't have enough collectibles, and probably would have been better if it had one more type of Tinykin and one more room, but we'll see about that later. I can see about the collectibles complaint, but we'll see. Alright, 7th up is Tachyon Anomaly by Minero, 14 plays and a score of 4. Prototype. Oh, certainly. But they're designed for 2 different audiences. Tinykin really feels like it was designed for beginners to platformers and collectibles. Or people who want a more casual experience. Wait. Okay, I thought there was something weird about the teleporter. Okay. Starting off neat. Okay, promising. I also like the background aesthetics and the combos. I don't know how that works, but I'm not complaining. I don't know how that's supposed to work, but I'm not complaining. And yeah, Demon's Turf have a lot more stuff to do. Again, expressive platformer. Well, when I played at LP, I'm not going to call it an expressive platformer yet, because we didn't even establish... Ah! Well, I'm not going to call it an expressive platformer in the LP yet, as I feel there are not enough games in this burgeoning genre to justify it yet. Or, rather, I don't have enough experience in games in this genre to make a final piece about it. Yeah, this stage has plenty of clever uses of the flash stopper. And we made it to the green section. Genshin, you say? Yeah, it'll either be Genshin or... It'll either be Genshin or Tower Fantasy. Probably gonna be Genshin. It's probably gonna be Genshin. Nice, thank you. Well, Genshin or Tower Fantasy, but probably gonna be Genshin because more people requested it. You, Iwumi, and I think one other person. Hey, Pixel Boy. We'll see. We'll see. I don't think it was Paul. Paul asked for a Mori, which I will get to in the future, I guess. What's down here? Oh, okay. I'm really liking this stage. Even though it's not as difficult as the previous stage, Ember Woman's Midnight Oil Stroll, this, I feel it's less frustrating, and I like the use of the challenges. Specifically the use of the count bombs, flash stopper, sparkman platforms, and the flipping platforms. It's clever use of all the mechanics, and using the flash stopper itself as a mechanic. Hang on, respawn everything. Remember, my current opinions of Genshin come from a 1,000-mile view of it, and fan art. So if I make any inaccurate statements, it's because of that. Yeah, they kind of screwed up that implementation there. Still, I hope Tower Fantasy is successful, because competition's good. I see. Wait, a boss making use of the mechanics we saw throughout the stage. I always love it when games do it like this. Me Drew. Oh boy. I know there's an easy way of doing this, but actually, the time slow makes these jumps far easier. I could probably just take him out by using this hold, but I'm not going to. Well, we'll see about that. I mean, remember, I played Asphalt 8 or 9. I played Asphalt Legends. It can't be worse than that. Ah, this is built for both directions. Cool. I mean, if you think character patches are that bad, just look at Asphalt. Alright, let's win this. At the very least, you're not forced to have high-level characters to actually beat the campaign itself. That's one thing Genshin, Tower Fantasy, X-Dive, and other games of this burgeoning subgenre have over it. Which Asphalt game is Legends again? Let's see. Oh, the Asphalt 9 is Legends. Yeah, they are good. Thankfully though, if you have the correct character, it's not as necessary, especially in Genshin, which is, well, really easy it seems, if you know what you're doing. Well, even if you don't know what you're doing, if you played a 3D character action game before. Alright, this is my favorite lovely episode. I like how you cleverly used its main mechanics and the Flash Stopper itself as a mechanic. Enemies, gimmicks, this, and how the boss fight actually incorporated the mechanics again, making the boss fight itself not only just the fight, but also the climax of the stage. In most Mega Man stages, the climax it precedes the boss fight, but here it's both. So good job, Minoru. Pat yourself on the back. Regalia Lost is an example of a very generous gacha game. Very. I mean, side games in general is known for the more generous gachas, but Dragalia was... even then, Dragalia was one of the more generous ones. At least they got to end their story. Oh, and don't worry, when I eventually get to Genshin, I'm not gonna just go hype the game to all the high heavens and whatnot, and never complain. I'm going to critique several things a lot. But we'll get to that when we get to that. I am many things. I know I'm overly generous, but I'm not gonna be just the hype man. Touhou Lost World is also on the more generous side. Ish. Again, let me put it this way. Being generous in the gacha, I'd say, is a good thing, but what I find to be important for the most part is being able to actually beat the main story without having to just spend an arm and a leg or spend an excessive amount of gems in the shop, or any number of gems in the shop to be fair. After all, the main story along with unlocking new characters and other stuff, that's what attracts people to these gacha games. And of course, the chance of getting new shinies and goodies and JPEGs, or PNGs really, or models. Okay, let's see. Anyone else have any levels to submit? I know you sent that silent. I will get to yours Patio at the end of the stream because they are true X mods. I just want to see something with the base. Yeah, in that sense, it does make it more... It does make it more grindy than Genshin. Ish. At least with Genshin you have the side quests and other things. And of course, the game isn't actually that difficult. It has a whole third dimension and, well, I called it a kind of a character action game, but it's more built like a action-based MMO. Same. I sort of enjoy it. I guess my biggest criticisms are with how the progression is done, really. How they screwed up the presentation of the story. Although they did do something to fix with the events, which I'll get into next week. You know, replay scenario. I'm surprised they didn't have that earlier. And I guess I want more frequent updates of the main story for stages. Hey Deadlock, what stage are you referring to? Oh, this one. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens here. 8 up is MMWA Gigawatt Man by Deadlock0472. One playing a score of 1. Thanks for showing up though. Let's see how good your level is. For fun. Via is... Just in case I'm grabbing this. By the way, I'm using the False X mod version 0.7.8. True X will be in about 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 probably. Via, I know he's a kind of a side protagonist, but really to me, he kinda should be the main protagonist of the game. At first, I thought he was going to be more of a different character, but he's graduating into someone much more entertaining. Mega Man Worldwide Attack. Got it. Here come the lasers. Rico was entertaining at first, but Via quickly stole the spotlight. I thought he was going to be more of a dark and edgy character from his initial characterization, someone who's more aloof, in the background, kind of darkish and edgy-ish, but then he quickly became somewhat more of a... You know the big guy trope? Something like that, but hiding a bigger secret. Whoops, sorry about the glasses. Nope. Oh! Nice! Kind of easier than... It's not that difficult, but it's a mid-boss anyways. Oh! Neat! I like it. Oh yeah, his idol worship. That was... I get what they're trying to go for, but the translation there, for some reason... It made the whole situation feel very uncomfortably awkward. Okay. Down here? Yeah. Well, I guess they're just obstacles. They're already dangerous without the lasers, as they force you to not jump as high. So, I'm not gonna complain. Ow. Should have paid attention to what was happening. Also, you're not combining use of the fuse blocks and the magnets. Good for you. Or don't have it fade to black. Right now, it was kind of a guessing game, and based on my previous experience, it would be the rightmost one. Ladders are a universal sign, but if you can't use ladders, at least make the pit you're supposed to fall down not fade to black. Fading to black usually indicates that it's a bottomless pit. Whereas a solid background indicates that it continues down. You know, when you said the fuse lasers are broken, I was expecting part of the stage to be unwinnable or really punishing, but if it's only that one screen, it's entirely fine. The challenge is still maintained. I just wanted to see more advanced setups in the intermediary And during the ending climax, I guess a better recombination of everything we saw up to that point. Otherwise, this is okay. What I dislike more is the idle workload. Yikes. That lifestyle is draining. I'm not sure what the best word to say is, but I'll say really draining. Okay, I got your level Manubi, I got your levels... Well, as I already played a level by you, Silent, I'll take Manubi's. Then I'll take a short pause and then move on to Truex. Okay, ninth up is the level pack, Fleetman, by Manubi VW. One play, no score. Always pick one, just for safety. Real talk, some of the aesthetics are pretty interesting, pretty creative, and I wouldn't mind a toxic fanbase, toxic at times sub-fan bases. I want to clarify because not most of the fan base I'd say is fine. It's just the vocal minority. But the biggest problem I see is combined with the vocal minority, it's the workload. Or rather, overworkload. And the heavy restrictions on lifestyle. There's a reason that the closest thing I have to being somewhat piqued interest of quote-unquote idols is VTubers. At least there, I know there is issues with toxicity and whatnot. It's not as bad as the original classic, quote-unquote classic idol culture. Thank you, Hololive. Whoops, wasn't paying enough attention. Oh, right. Silly me. Speedrunning. This is what happens if you pay too much attention to chat. That's all on me, really. Because if I just held left, I would have survived. Let me guess, the checkpoint is just one screen down. Are they? Well, okay. Well, I shouldn't say that, I'll take your word for it. I haven't really seen a screenshot other than of the main character, whose hair looks like the Switch Joy-Cons. But we'll see. Yeah, I think there should have been a checkpoint in that room. The one I just passed. Alright, here's where I perished. Hold left. Case in point, I'm dead again. Yeah. There really should have been a checkpoint in the middle because that is... After all, it's perfectly reasonable for a player to die there, even if they're somewhat experienced. You only really get one shot to get that right. Otherwise, you're going to the spikes, and if you don't have those special weapons, you're stuck. That's why I'm grabbing them here just in case. Just add 1 or 2 checkpoints. That'll immediately fix the problem. Like, or just add an extra blank screen. Ah, so you check the other character designs. I getcha. Yeah. Okay, yeah, please put one in the middle. This one's fair, but 7 screens back, just as those are being introduced. Those being the jet bombs. Also, yeah, checkpoint in the middle if this is a level pack. So we don't need to repeat collecting everything again. Oh, by the way, if you have any suggestions of other gacha games to at least check out, let me know. I probably won't do a full LP of them, but I may at least do a quick look through of it. Whoa, alright. Zenless Zone Zenki may warrant a full LP, but we'll see. Well, would it really be a full LP, or would it be more of a, full stream? Oh boy. Things are escalating really fast now. Well, not really fast, but rapidly. And I'm dead. I playtested some Magmal Tree stages, which escalated really quickly. Yeah, I've noticed that the reviews for the latest Saints Row are mediocre at best. And that's me putting it kind of lightly. Still, I will play 4. That I do want to check out. Oh yeah, we'll also need a music replacement playlist. I think this would be a good room for a checkpoint, but you do you. The what? Well, I have the full number of DLC, but we'll find out. Well, Painkiller, Star Force, and just put a lot of music tracks in there. Oh boy. Get me out of here. Well, this is varying it up a bit. It's not the worst instance of Atla Patio. Hang on. I'm seeing your message, Jaden. I need to get this killed. Alright, it's destroyed. Let's see. Juxtia, maybe? Soldiers, well... Wait, what? Hang on, what's happening up here? Also, Soldiers is still broken on console, don't play it there. Oh, okay. Well, if we're gonna use Boomer Shooter and a Horde Shooter music, let's include Serious Sam and Doom music into the mix. After all, we can vary up the music between episodes and streams. Oh boy. I already have the E. Yeah, that'd work. Some of the sections are a bit crowded, but you can do it damageless. You just need to be attentive. The hardest part is when enemies start showing up like the bomb drones. It's not so much the stability that's the issue. Well, that's actually part of the issue, never mind. It's the save corruption issue, which to my knowledge has still not been fixed. Thing is, as the classic series progressed, bosses did become more closer to the X mode, more dynamic, less anchored to the ground, a bit quicker. One example, of course, is Grenade Man from Mega Man 8. So, saying that they feel more Mega Man X style than classic is kind of a misnomer. Like I said before, I said this before, although it was probably 100 parts ago, but I'll say it again here. I feel there are 4 quote-unquote mainline eras for the classic series. There is the first era consisting of 1, 2, and 3. The second era where you have 2 fortresses and a new main antagonist, who then is showed out to be by actually Wily, aka 4, 5, and 6. Then we have new friends, new allies, which are 7, 8, and base. Then we have the Neo Retro era of 9 and 10. And now we're in the new start of a newest era with 11, which is also kind of the Neo Retro era, but it's like the Neo Retro era, or the polished era with 11. So, 4 completed eras, and a 5th one just starting up. Everyone does? Oh no. Okay, don't say anything more. I'll react with appropriate whatever when we get to that. I like Freeze Man, one of my favorite bosses from Mega Man 7. He's mostly a reaction-based boss, I'd say. Junkman is up there too. Okay, let's see. Oh boy, don't say anything more then. Wait, are you talking about Professor Genki? I think you're referring to Professor Genki because I remember him from Saints Row the Third. You know, super ethical reality game show? Something something. You know what? I'll say this for the next episode. Alright then. This is where I'll take a short pause. Be right back. Welcome back to Mega Man Maker. I swapped over to the Mega Maker X mod by X. Specifically, Red. Version 1.5.3 this time, which, according to them, is the last version. Until version 1.8. Let's repeat that, sorry. And we're back. I swapped over to the Mega Maker X mod, version 1.5.3 by Red, and according to them, this will be the last version of this mod until version 1.8 hits the servers. So I can't wait for the final mix version. Lepadia sent me 2 levels, let's see how long each takes. So, first up is Mega Man X Alpha, Bend-Off Fortress 1, 27 plays and a score of 5. And to all of you watching, I will run Tiny Kin again tomorrow. It's just so much of a joy. Let's go. Orders time. Well, we're off to a good start. And no, I can't use slash dash cancel. At least, not in the traditional way. Also, is it just me, or was the sword length decreased? Not off to a good start either. It really feels like his saber length's been decreased. Or is it just me? No checkpoint either. Welp. Right now, VTubers are the thing. Dodging this on the side is a huge pain. I'm not sure how to do it properly. There is a double jump, but I don't... Okay, so I can. They fixed that. Oh, phew. I didn't think I was gonna make it. This is a stage where X would be more useful. Probably. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I really should have gone with X for this. Having projectiles is much more handy. What? Why did my double jump go? Oh. Goody. One of these challenges now. Yeah. The sword is nice, but I need more projectiles, really. Switch game. There's a switch button. Not at all. When I saw your character designs, I didn't think VTuber at all. I thought anime inspired as well as, well, fantasy. Gotcha, jump from the wall. Now this is where Zero comes in handy, namely his double jumping. Now if Axel had hovering, then he'd probably be the best option. Alright. I'm always afraid when doing these sorts of wall kicks. Now he graduated to red beams. Joy. Reverse sword hit. Should have held right there. And of course, he takes double damage as he's based on Proto. I thought I was a bit further left, but I guess not. Okay, that didn't kill me somehow. I was holding right and down. Of course, this is this engine. Should have dashed. Most of the patio levels, so it's to be expected. Whereas at the start I prefer having X, this is where I prefer having Zero Axel. Remember, in the patio stages, the enemies aren't the biggest hazard, it's usually spikes and other things. And the engine, of course. Alright, we made it to past the toughest part. Oh. This is why I want some movement enhancers. Like charge kick or really anything there. Also, I'd like to reorder the special weapons. This order does not fit with what I want to do. At least we made it to the end. After that first hurdle, that was much easier, really. Oh. Sure, you want to make this even harder. And here I thought I was in the clear. This is where I say I'm really thankful I'm not playing as X. Alright, that was the last one. Just one final challenge to get us. Okay, what do you want to do now to us? We're gonna have to suss out weaknesses. One down. I mean, I could do it this way, but I'd rather not. I'll do it the safe way. What could your weakness be? I mean, this is a fairly obvious weakness. What else could it be? Well, I think I'll save the next one for next week. You know, have one stage per Lapadio per week. Because I'm almost certain that 2 is going to be significantly harder. It's still, I consider this to be normal to normal hard for Lapadio standards. If this was hard by Lapadio standards, there would be at least twice the number of spikes and more tricky jumps. Like, it was kind of mercifully nice at the end. Although that's partly because they had to build it around the fact that X can't double jump, only Axel and Zero can. If they designed a stage around having the double jump always, some of these jumps would be noticeably more fiendish, especially in the final section and the rolly and the spinny stuff section. But yeah, thank you for doing it. Like I said, this is the quote-unquote final version again. Next time will be Final Mix. Alright, before I end, let me see if they changed the music. Nope. Still, I appreciate the music. Alrighty then. Let's pick something and do it. Good. Alrighty then. Of the 10 levels I covered in today's morning stream, my favorite would be Tachyon Anomaly by Minoru, with an honorable mention going to Ember Woman's Midnight Oil Rig Stroll. Good job, you two, and thank you to everyone else who participated in the stream, either by submitting levels or in chat. Thank you, everyone. Mario Team? Perhaps. We'll have to see. When all that's said and done, it is time for the art showcase. I'll probably get to this game at the end of the year or the start of next year. Remember, the longer I take, the more content will be added. You know, Mega vs. Precure wouldn't be that bad of an idea for a crossover fan game. Or fic. Or crossover work. Sure. Definitely precision platformer. At the start it was a little bit tricky, but not by much. At the end it turned into almost Kaizo precision platformer. If not Kaizo in some scenarios if you decide to sequence break. That's why I'll have to re-record the start of the LP to explain some things. Oh sure, it's a 2D Metroidvania, but I'll have to clarify and say it's a precision platformer. Pretty. And I should have gone to this area much later. Again folks, if you submit pixel art like this, please upscale it before you send it. Like, upscale it by a factor of at least 2. Nearest neighbor times 2 or times 3. The browser's built-in scaling is a bit problematic. Cute. I like to take her hair. Ah, this famous scene. I wonder how it became the target of memes and redraws. Nice. I see. This one? No, not Toho. I don't recall there being... well... my knowledge of Toho is very, very limited. Oh yeah, Okay, during the demo, I remember the life bar used to be at the bottom. Whoa. Yeah, they kind of portray different moods, don't they? Like, yeah, both of them are somber, but this is more spooky. Like, there's less lighting, it's a bit harder to see. It's like more of a derelict tower. Here, a lot more detail in the background, and thanks to the lighting, it feels less Well, whereas before it was more of a spooky mood, this is a bit more of a somber tone, combined with the music. I mean, preferred resolution, for at least for MS Paint Sonic, it's 2x or 3x of what it is now. Alf. Like, let me check this. I need to see how big this is before I can make a gauge. Alright, like, at least 200 by 200 maybe? Or around at least 200 by 200. Ooh, I wonder if she can use that for sneaking. Ah, they look adorable. Especially with the cherry on top. There is plenty of variety you can have in music game soundtracks. Miria, the dutiful guardian. Graphics are the first thing finished in a video game. That's almost never true. About 99% of the time at least. And I know, it's become a meme. If you don't know, someone posted an ill-informed take on the recent GTA 6 leaks. And that ill-informed take was, assuming it's not a troll, is that the graphics are the first thing finished in a video game. That is obviously false. For pretty much every scenario, barring very small exceptions. Well, the nice thing this brought out is a slew of video game developers and publishers showing the early stages of development and how the graphics looked then. Yes, Pixel Boy, it was across YouTube, Reddit, Twitch, Discord, and many other social medias. It was really hard to avoid. And P.S. don't leak on the server, please. Anyways. You know what, I'm really surprised is how fluid the animations for the King of Darkness are. Even in these early stages. That's what kind of surprises me. Like, in this stage of development, I kind of expected him to look more like a block. In one sense, I'm sorry, but in another sense, due to all the controversies and decisions Rockstar made, I'm Goes to show how if you, depending on which corner of the video game market you're on, or pay attention to, you may completely miss big news in a general market. Nice. Ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, I present to you the honorary member of the Diamond Court, Palua Rodeniu. Nice. Spring Shore. Okay, a little bit of the grass tile set, but I need to see more of it. Character designs by Mika Picasso, IS, and Nintendo. And whoever else. Well, this has been publicly revealed, so it's no longer a leak, and enough time's passed, not really a spoiler. Whoa, high res. I can see what you mean by some inspiration from VTubers, but This more for many of them, most of them, this more screams anime this more screams anime style, like the 2010s anime style, albeit adapted for 3D. I guess it's also because it's a shared lineage, as most VTubers took inspiration or designs from anime. So, in that sense, I can see similarities. In any case, this marks the end of the art showcase, and by extension the stream. Thank you to everyone who either submitted a level, submitted their art, or just participated in chat. It's due to your continued support why I continue to produce content for the channel. It's really appreciated. So, if you're enjoying this live stream or any other piece of content on the channel, please rate, comment, favorite, and or subscribe, as they all help out the channel. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter as well, and join the Discord server, as I regularly post updates there, and unlike YouTube, you're more likely to receive the updates. Well then, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all in a future piece of content, either in the near future or far future. See ya!